No themed mugs today. Thanks again for watching. This is the ADM video blog. My name? Adam Daniel Mezei. That's right, the heat is on. Here north of the 49th parallel of latitude in the Great White North, otherwise known as Canada. I'm dispatching from Toronto, which is a two-syllable word that actually should be pronounced Toronto. So here you go. Social science experiment number 5 in a week full of social science experiments. You know, passive aggression. I am allergic to passive aggression. I don't like passive aggression. I don't understand it. I understand it from kids. I don't understand it from adults. But when I see it, I'm allergic to it. I break out in hives. And passive aggression takes on a lot of interesting different forms. For those of you who don't know what the precise symptoms of passive aggression are, go ahead into Wikipedia and just have a look at the list of things that are listed under that particular, I'll call it a pathology because it is kind of a very interesting pathology. So I was informed the other day by a friend of mine that there was a birthday in full effect that I hadn't noticed, and I found that kind of unusual. I was expected to know that there was a birthday in full effect. And of course, when I had not really caught into the fact that there was a birthday, I was receiving a little bit of a interesting cold shoulder. I was trying to figure out what had I said or done. Of course, as the conversation progresses, you begin to learn that you didn't do something correct. You didn't do something properly. What you didn't do was you didn't acknowledge the fact that there was a birthday. And because you didn't acknowledge the fact that there was a birthday, anything that you did was selfish because you didn't acknowledge the special occasion. The person was expecting me to know that there was a birthday. The person was expecting me to know that I should have done all of these things that I was expected to do. That is one example of a passive-aggressive episode. That is one example of how passive-aggressive people try to demonstrate to you their displeasure with your behavior. And they go about things in a passive, seething, underground seething, very, very surreptitiously seething sort of a way to let you know that they're not happy with what you've done. It's a very mild example because the consequences and the outcome of that are not very bad, but chronic passive-aggressive people will actually do something to thwart you. For example, using this birthday case, a chronically passive-aggressive person will attempt to undermine your reputation. They might steal from you. They might try to violently accost you. They might try to, I don't know what, spread rumors about you, damage your business, or do something to sabotage you because they're trying to let you know through passive means that they're very aggressively inclined towards you. I hate that kind of behavior. I don't know if it's something that is more sort of common to males or females, but it is equally shared amongst both genders, and it's something that needs to be rooted out and stamped out and obliterated and cut away at source. It sucks. It really is so unbecoming. For anybody who has passive-aggressive tendencies, search yourself, check yourself, really look into yourself, analyze and examine your behavior, and try to wean out, like I said, all of those negative criteria that make you into a passive-aggressive person. I have about a handful of people in my life that are like that. Some people are more, then there's of course the other side of the continuum, which is people that are radically overt, who are radically just brash and rude and expressive and don't know how to really put their words into the proper context, or who don't know how to properly express their displeasure with something. They just come out with it as honest and direct as possible. That's also something that needs to be fixed. But at least in that case, you know where you stand. You know where basically somebody's coming from. You know what's basically on their mind. As opposed to a passive-aggressive person, you never know where you stand. You never know what you did wrong. You often don't know what you did wrong until days and even weeks later, and sometimes even months. And that's okay. For a passive-aggressive person, that's okay. Other ways, saving everything up until basically it reaches a point of no return, and then it comes out in an explosive display of displeasure. There's mild forms of demonstrating displeasure, but then there's the explosive display, a nuclear hydrogen bomb, an atomic catastrophe, and they let you know in no uncertain terms that you've done something wrong. It's amazing. Adults are like this. Some cultures are like this. In North America, we're generally not like this. We're generally of the expressive mode. We like to just talk about our problems, confront our issues. That's not to say that we don't have passive aggression here. We do. But Anyway, I think you know. Do you have any passive-aggressive episodes? I'd like to know about people that are in your life, maybe things that have gone on in your life. We even had an episode on the Facebook wall recently, in relation to a tech discussion, Apple versus PC debate that we had, and just you can scroll down in the page and you could find out some more about that. And I was getting a lot of like quasi-passive-aggressive responses from people. I don't get it. It exists. It's there. Don't be passive-aggressive. It sucks. It really is unbecoming. It makes you look like a baboon. It makes you look like a freaking gorilla, and it actually makes you look like a child. I hope you like my beard because it's coming off in a couple of days. Wishing you and yours and every little Homo sapiens and organism around you the very best of things. It's only my second coffee of the day, so bully to you.